What's up YouTube? Alvaro here. Welcome to the Bilingual Stock Market channel again. You guys already know this channel. This is the YouTube channel in which we talk about the markets, and we do it in Spanish and English so you guys can pick your preferred language. And in this video we are going to talk about a stock that many of you guys like a lot. In this video we are going to talk about Izea, ticker symbol IZEA. But I don't want to talk about the business model of this company because we already have a bunch of videos available on YouTube addressing Izea's future and business model. But rather, I want to take a deep dive into Izea's financials. I will be telling you the good, the bad, and the ugly, and my personal opinion about Izea from a financial standpoint. And at the end of the video, and as I always do it, in all of my videos, I will be breaking down Izea from a technical standpoint for those who might be interested in taking a short-term trade on Izea, so let's get started. And I am going to pull up here the balance sheet of this company. Here we have it. And by the way, if any of you is not familiar with Izea, so let me tell you, this company is based in Winter Park, Florida. Izea has a market capitalization of $281 million, so this is a small market cap company. And this company focuses on the marketing and promotion of influencers. Izea has a bunch of bulls out there, and the bulls of Izea say and state that this company is going to be the next big thing when it comes to marketing, promotion, and publicity. So if you're not familiar with Izea, pay close attention to this video and keep it on your radar. So here we have the balance sheet of Izea. And by the way, guys, this information is available on investing.com or yahoo.com. And I really encourage you guys to don't start in long-term positions without taking a look at the financials of a company, or without taking a look at the financials of any given company that you want to invest at a long term. So when it comes to the balance sheet, there are two very important things that you need to take a look at, and as I said before starting any long-term position. So first, the cash and cash equivalents. In the case of Izea, the cash and cash equivalent position of this company improved throughout 2020. So take a look at this. On Q1 of 2020, Izea had $5.6 million in cash and cash equivalents. Then on Q2 of last year, $20.8 million. On Q3, $30.6 million. And lastly, on Q4 of last year, Izea closed 2020 having $33.05 million in cash and cash equivalents. However, Izea just raised $75 million via public offering. That public offering was actually closed like 2 days ago. And with that new money that Izea just raised, their current cash and cash equivalent position is at $108 million, which is a decent cash position, no doubt about it. Okay, next, the long-term debt. And this is critical, guys. And as I said before, you can take advantage of this video in order to learn the most important aspects that you have to keep in mind before starting any long-term position. So when it comes to the long-term debt, here you guys can see it, you want the cash and cash equivalent position of that company that you want to invest at a long term to be way larger relative to the long-term debt of that company, okay? And in the case of Izea, and this is a very encouraging sign from a financial standpoint, we find a company that is pretty much a debt-free company. The long-term debt of Izea is roughly $460,000, whereas Izea has $108 million in cash and cash equivalents. And when it comes to the income statement, there are two main factors that you guys have to evaluate, okay? First, the total revenue, and then the operating income. When it comes to the total revenue, you want to see year-over-year growth, okay? And when it comes to the operating income is an information inside the income statement that lets you know whether a company is profitable or not. Okay, so that is very important, and it also lets you know if we are talking about a non-profitable company such as Izea, how much money is that company burning, all right? So in the case of the revenue, I am going to pull up the revenue and the operating income, because when I check on any income statement, I check the annual performance of that company rather than the quarterly performance of that company. When it comes to the revenue of Izea, we can see that in 2017, the revenue for this company was $24.4 million. Then in 2018, it was $20.1 million. In 2019, $18.9 million. And in 2020, $18.3 million. So this is a bit concerning. Izea hasn't been able to increase its revenue year over year, and this is definitely a red flag over here. And when it comes to the operating income, we find obviously a negative operating income because this is not a profitable company yet. So in 2017, we have a negative operating income of $5.4 million. Then in 2018, $5.4 million. 2019, $7.17 million, and lastly in 2020, $10.2 million. So as you guys can see over here, the money that Izea is burning has been increasing, okay, during or over the last 4 years. This is also something concerning because you can very well invest in a company that is not profitable yet, right? But you want to see the money that company is burning decreasing, okay, over the last years. And this is not the case of Izea. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the cash flow of Izea. When it comes to the cash flow, guys, this is pretty much the amount of cash that any given business generates, okay, out of their commercial operations. So in the case of Izea, and when it comes to its cash flow, we obviously find a negative cash flow because this is not a profitable company yet. So in 2017, Izea had a negative cash flow of $2.1 million. Then in 2018, also obviously a negative cash flow of $5.58 million. Then in 2019, $2.91 million. And lastly, in 2020, they closed last year having a negative cash flow of $2.1 million. So, in other words, Izea has to invest a good amount of the money that they have in cash and cash equivalents to finance their regular business operations. And my conclusions, guys. So first of all, I like a lot the fact that this is a pretty much debt-free company. The long-term debt of Izea is only something like roughly $500,000, whereas this company has $113.5 million in cash and cash equivalents. And the money that Izea lost in 2020, okay, the negative operating income of this company was roughly $10 million, all right? That implies that losing $10 million per year and without making any revenue at all, Izea is going to be able to remain in business for many more years, okay? So that's a good sign, okay? However, I don't like the fact that revenue has been decreasing over the last 4 years. Is there anything wrong with the management of Izea? Because as I said before, if you're burning money, that implies that you're investing a lot of money into your business to make it grow. But Izea has been burning more and more money, but that, let's say, large investments, okay, in order to try to grow their business model, haven't turned out into a revenue growth. So that is something that I don't like, okay? So I am not investing in Izea right now, guys. I know that many of you guys are going to criticize me. Please drop a comment down below and do it. But I am not criticizing the business model of Izea, okay? I love the business model of this company. I think that this company has a real chance of disrupting, the publicity industry, okay? Because they are focusing on the promotion of influencers. That's great, and influencers nowadays are all over the place and they are a very important part of our society. I get it. So I am not criticizing Izea's business model. I am good with that. But from a financial standpoint, guys, a 10-foot pole in my case. I am not investing in Izea because I don't like this company to haven't been able to grow its revenue, whereas they are burning more and more money. Okay, so that's my personal opinion, and now let's go ahead and take a look at the technicals of Izea in case that any of you is interested in taking a short-term trade. And when it comes to the technicals of Izea, it went down on Friday 4.59%, and it closed Friday's trading session at $3.74. Izea has been under pressure because they closed the stock offering that I just told you guys about. That stock offering was closed 2 days ago, and you guys know that every single time that a company raises money via public offering, the stock of that company is under pressure for a few days, okay? So in the case of Izea, guys, we have a very important level of support coming up at $3.50. $3.50 already acted as a support for the bulls of Izea in 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 opportunities before, but it also acted as a resistance back on January 15th. And we could also make the case that Izea might be making here a double bottom. Okay, I have told you guys plenty of times that a double bottom is a bullish pattern that suggests a change of trend. So if on Monday or tomorrow I happen to see Izea finding a good support at $3.50-ish, I am going to pick up some shares of Izea, and I might sell those shares. I would like to take here a swing trade, and I would like to sell those shares at the next very important level of resistance that the bulls of Izea are going to have to deal with at $4.60. $4.60 already acted as a support for the bulls of Izea in 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 opportunities before, but it also acted as a resistance in 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 opportunities before as well. So we are talking about a critical level of resistance for the bulls of Izea at $4.60. So let's say that we pick up some shares at, say, $3.60, and we sell those shares at $4.60. We are looking at a 20% profit, a very solid profit over here. So watch out for Izea next week, either visiting the $3.50 or maybe pulling up a bit and maybe completing this double bottom formation that I just told you about. And with the technical analysis of Izea, I am going to wrap up the video. If you found value in this video, please hit that like button for me and consider subscribing to the channel, guys. Remember, here on the Bilingual Stock Market channel, we are posting stock market update videos Mondays through Thursdays right after the market closes. In those videos, I analyze from a technical standpoint the S&P 500 and the Nasdaq 100, which are the most important indices of the United States stock market, but I also break down from a technical standpoint the 3 stocks that will be on the top of my watch list for the next trading session. So if you want to get our notifications in a timely manner, you'd better be subscribed to the channel, and you also need to activate the notification bell right up there. Follow us on Instagram, guys, at Bilingual Stock Market. On our Instagram account, we're posting news and information on a daily basis. And remember that this is the Bilingual Stock Market channel, the YouTube channel in which we talk about the markets, and we do it in English and Spanish, so you guys can pick your preferred language. But most importantly, this is the YouTube channel in which we know that the wonderful world of Wall Street is not for geniuses, it is for entrepreneurs just like you guys and myself. My name is Alvaro, and I will see you guys tomorrow right after the market closes. Peace out.